Wow, look at that, guys. When that building is finished, it'll be the second tallest building in the world and the second tallest structure in the world. Pretty cool. Interesting way to start off the video. Get another good view. Look at that. It's actually hard to capture on camera how epic it looks. In person, it's kind of wild. Let's take one last look here. So this is called like the Merdeka 118, I believe. And yeah, last time I was here, when I did research on it, because it's still under construction, it said, the research I did, it made it seem like it might be open by now actually, but it does seem like it's just kind of a work in progress. That's okay, you know, like with anything, take your time, do it right, no stress there. So yeah, I doubt this will be my last time in Malaysia, so we'll check it out at some point. What's cool this time in Malaysia, my hotel is very close to a really cool neighborhood. This building, there's like a Chinatown over that way. I have already made a video there when I was here previously, so I'll just link that. I won't rehash it. Yeah, so today's just going to be kind of exploring around town. Kuala Lumpur is easily my favorite big city I've ever been to. I've seen a lot of the major ones in the US, like New York, LA, and a lot of them in between. I've been to Singapore, I've been to Bangkok, you know, like quite a few big cities, Beijing, China, and they were all very cool. Highly recommend visiting all those places. Yeah, something about this city rocks. It's futuristic, there's a lot of culture, there's a lot of mixed cultures here. So you get, you know, elements of Chinese culture, Indian culture, Muslim culture, all kind of mixed. You see it in the architecture, the food. It's amazing. Yeah, Malaysia in general is an underrated gem, I think. I jokingly say, you know, I want to shout it from the rooftops. Everyone should visit here, have a good time. It's affordable, it's so interesting. But at the same time, I want to keep it a secret because you don't want too many backpackers here and stuff like that. No, I'm kidding, but it is a great time. So we'll get past this construction here, and I'll do a quick pass by of the Chinatown. Like I said, I'll do that thing, you know, how it shows the video link in the corner of the screen. So you can just check out that video and laugh at how I was so inexperienced at vlogging that and stuff. Hell, I'm still kind of inexperienced, but so yeah, we're gonna have a good time today. I don't have any agenda. We're just gonna explore, see what trouble we get into. Okay, so little Chinatown neighborhoods over that way. So I already made a video there. All I was gonna do is just walk by so you guys could see it and for a second, but just check out my other video. I can't do everything in one video and let you guys see some cool stuff. So Buka 24 Jam. So you'll see that on places that are open 24 hours here, restaurants and stuff like that. I'll correct myself on the bottom of the screen, but I do believe jam means hour and buka means open, so like open 24 hour or something along those lines. If you see a restaurant with that here, that's actually probably a pretty exciting thing because some of those places have some real cool food. And yeah, I just decided to turn down this street because it just looked really cool. And actually, I think this might have been the street I was walking around last night when I got in town. It had a lot of stalls and stuff here, so it's kind of actually hard to recognize, but I think I remember seeing that crispy pork noodle place. Maybe I walked on here, I don't know. When you're in Southeast Asia, a city in the day versus a city at night, the same neighborhood could look vastly different. Okay, so I definitely walked down the street last night. I recognized this fruit stall. Where is it at? Because I want to give a shout out to a restaurant I ate at last night. It was pretty tasty. Man, I can't even tell. Somewhere on this strip here. Honestly, it's hard to go wrong with the food here. A couple months ago when I was in Italy, I actually met a nice gentleman from Penang, Malaysia. And we were talking about the food culture here. And one thing he was saying about the food here and the restaurants here, you have a pretty good bet of finding somewhere really tasty to eat. Because if it's not good, it's not going to stay open. Which I thought was kind of interesting. So far I've been proven correctly here. I do plan on making some more food videos when I'm in Malaysia this time. When I was here last time, I loved the food so much. It was so good. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, so I was here last night because if you go that way, that takes you into the Chinatown area. And there's like a cool like hawker food center there. A lot of shops with knickknacks and stuff. Cool vibes for sure. A good view of it. yeah, pretty sweet. So here's a KK. They do have 7-Eleven here as well. This is just right here. I do need to put a nice big bottle of water in my backpack for today while I explore. So I'm gonna pause the camera, be right back with you guys. Okay, so we are back. Wipe the sweat off my face. Yeah, side note, for those of you who regularly watch me, when you see me like doing this all the time in videos, not that I'm like scratching my nose or picking my nose all the time, I just, you get like sweat dripping down you, obviously. I'm sure most of you assumed, but you get self-conscious when you film yourself. Anyway, stopped in KK Mart. More sweat in my mustache. And I got a big bottle of water in my backpack. And then I tried Taoist lemao. So, little juice box, kind of funny. So when you go to restaurants and stuff like that, I really like drinking like lime juice, lemon juice. You know me, I like my tart. And so you can say, you know, as for Lima Ice, which is like lime juice. So I saw this, figured I would try it out. One thing to remember too when you're in Southeast Asia, a lot of things also have the English translation on the other side. I actually don't like iced tea that much. So now we know te must mean tea. I should have flipped the box over. I'm not the biggest fan of tea, but it's okay. Still kind of refreshing. So to get this juice box and a sick car, to get this juice box and a big bottle of water was 3.10 ringgit, which I punched that into Google, and that's 66 cents US dollars. So not bad at all. Like I was saying earlier, it is still pretty cheap here. You know, whereas like in Thailand, maybe you would get a big bottle of water like that for 30-40 cents or something. So maybe it is about the same now that I think about it, including this. So yeah, now that tower up there is pretty cool that you see. The one that looks like the Seattle one. I did that last time I was here. I didn't make a video of it. I'll try to dig up some pictures and post on screen. It's a cool observation deck. I would be tempted to do it again. The only problem is it was like 20 bucks to get up there or something like that. I would say it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it to do it twice. Or maybe if more time had gone by, I would, but it's pretty cool. The views are phenomenal up there. Kuala Lumpur is an amazing skyline. So many interesting looking buildings, and then plus you have that ginormous building. What's interesting, and I'll find the picture and post it, you realize how ginormous that tall one is. Because it's hard for your brain to kind of comprehend it. I've seen tall buildings before. Whatever tallest one I've ever seen, I don't know how close it even is to that. I think it's pretty far from that, because I don't think the US has anything that big. A lot of people sit cars here. Does seem like there's a decent amount of money in this city. People have cool toys like that. I've seen a lot of cool cars both times I've been here. Like that building straight ahead is really cool. My video camera probably doesn't do it justice, but there's always a cool building to look at, even if it's not a ginormous one. It's always very interesting. Look, there's the big one again. It's like wherever you go, you see it. It's kind of cool. Now, obviously, there are the Petronas Twin Towers here. It is really cool at night to see that. What's kind of interesting is when you go at night, there's like a water show with cool lights and everything. But to get there in time for that, like by sundown, the like walkway thing was closed for the night. That closes earlier than the night light show starts, which is kind of odd. Going up in a building is only so cool for like a vlog like this, because you see the cool view, which pictures do a lot of that work as well. And you know, maybe the big tall one over there, that would have been cool for clickbait to be like, I'm in the second tallest building in the world type of deal. Like I would have made a video for that. But yeah, so it's only so interesting to film in a building. That's just something pretty unique. That's a pretty cool church straight ahead. Don't know how well you can see it on camera, but again, it's just kind of like cool buildings pop up everywhere. Had I not crossed the street, we would have walked over, but I don't feel like crossing again. The only reason I knew it was there because I started to hear the bells ring just now. But I think this city probably has some of the coolest architecture I've ever been to. Singapore as well, I'd have to give credit to. But I think Kuala Lumpur beats out Singapore. I think a lot of it, I don't know. Singapore's like Disney World or something. Not in a bad way. It's just very, you go there, you see the things, you get kind of sucked in, but it's very pricey. So it's kind of hard to embrace yourself as much as you'd like to, versus here, it's a lot more affordable to take your time, see everything. So I think that's the main reason Kuala Lumpur beats out Singapore. But if you're from Singapore and watching this video, I absolutely had an amazing time there. So not knocking it, it was amazing. Okay, let's check this out. It's kind of a cool looking street. One thing in Malaysia I've seen before, we're seeing it again, there's a lot of cool street art here. You know, making the buildings look colorful and nice. Just kind of peek around the corner here. Which, I'm a big fan of cities doing that stuff. Why not make a little block like this interesting? And I see these like Christmas lights strung up above me. I have a hunch that probably in the evening, this area might have some cool stalls or something. Usually if there's lights like that, maybe you're in like a social area. Look at that, even Malaysia's excited for the Barbie movie. Who doesn't love Ryan Gosling? So, took a quick pit stop here. One thing that's cool about KL as well is that there's always malls everywhere. Nice malls. Within close proximity to each other, and they still like don't compete with each other's business. I mean, they do, but like where I'm from in the US, you couldn't have two malls this close and without them being successful, let alone like 5 or 6. The malls are cool. Not that malls are that interesting on a travel blog. Don't worry, you're not getting a mall tour on this video. For me, it's like a nice pit stop to get some air conditioning and coffee. Oh my God. So I needed caffeine bad. It's been a long couple of days. More Barbie stuff, funny. I needed some caffeine bad. You probably hear it in my voice. I walked by the Coffee Academy and I was like, yep, I gotta get a cappuccino or something. It was $3, give or take. And it was really good. Can't complain. You could get coffee cheaper elsewhere outside of a mall for sure, but it was an impulse thing last minute. And one thing that is kind of interesting, I mean, is to see the pop culture that spreads around to other countries, like movies and stuff like that. Jury's still out if the Barbie movie is going to be any good. We'll see. But it's just kind of cool. Bangkok had movie theaters. Singapore, obviously, KL has some. You know, a lot of the major movies you'd want to see. Oh yeah, I remember this area before. Okay, so I've been to this mall before. Last time I was here, I recognize this fountain. I went into that area there. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like when I was in Thailand a couple months ago, you know, John Wick was playing everywhere. Guardians of the Galaxy, and you know they had American versions, or sorry, not American, English versions, and then they had also like dubbed versions in the local language too for a lot of them, which is kind of cool. At least to me, that implies that the locals are excited about John Wick as well. Good movie. Ooh, look at that. So we're still in the mall. I kind of just wanted to get some exercise in the air conditioning. Obviously a mall is not that interesting for you guys, but I'm checking in. Really just trying to get some exercise, walking around, you know, like the octogenarian thing, mall walking, right? And it's pretty interesting, honestly. Obviously not for a video, but I thought I would comment. I think a lot of tourists and backpackers alike don't really care to go to a mall if they're on vacation or whatever. I'm on a whole different journey where I have time to kill. I've seen a lot of the city already. Kind of just wanted a relaxing afternoon where I can kind of shut my brain off. But I think one of the things that's really fun, for me at least, about a mall, because I always say I'm not a tourist, I'm not really a backpacker, I'm some Martian in between, is that you know, I like seeing what's similar to the US, what's different to the US, you know, what brands are here. You know, there seems like there's a lot of European brands that maybe I don't know, but it has that European vibe. A lot of brands you see in America, Carhartt, Bath and Body Works, or just stores, not even brands, but stores too. Tons of stuff. TGI Fridays, Starbucks, that's everywhere you go. That's a whole nother thing. I'm not a fan of them. But it's kind of cool. And then it's kind of cool to see what stores are different. Or like I went to an electronics store, kind of checked out some stuff there. you know, what TVs do people here think are cool, stuff like that. Yeah, which I think is pretty interesting. You know, on this channel, you're going to see me go to small towns, do nature stuff, temples, religious stuff, and yeah, and modern stuff like this. I think that's just as fascinating. I think there's a point when you're traveling, I like to see all aspects of what makes a place unique. Okay everyone, welcome back. It's been a little while. Walked around the mall some more. Look at that. Got the Taoist Twin Towers. We're at the KLCC Park. Last time I was here, about a month ago, maybe it was about 5-6 weeks ago. It was nighttime and I was rushing through to get to the towers, just to kind of get a good view at night. And so it's kind of cool to see the park in the daytime. Let's walk over this way. There might be like a pond or something. So yeah, when I was here last time, what was cool, I'll try to dig up the picture on my Google Drive and put it up on the screen. At night when I was taking pictures, the moon was kind of cool the way it was lined up with the towers, and Venus was out. The only reason I know it was Venus, I had a hunch it was a planet. So when I took the picture, I posted on like a stargazing Reddit page, you know, said, hey, this is the date, I'm in Kuala Lumpur, where are the experts who know star charts? And a few people are like, oh, that's Venus. So that was actually pretty cool. Oh nice, a playground, that's sweet. And so it was a real fun evening. So today we're just checking this out in the afternoon. I need to get more exercise today. So I've walked about 5.5 miles according to my Google Fit app. By the time I get back to the room, might be 7 or 8 miles, I think. So that's pretty good. My buffet lunch was pretty much keto. A lot of onions, garlic, meat and veggies. I mentioned the onions and garlic because I can smell my breath. Oh, cool. You can like swim down there and stuff. I probably feel weird being the only adult by myself doing it. There's other adults with kids, but probably weird if I did it. Although it sounds really nice. Today I didn't even do a lot of the major sightseeing things. I've just walked around and explored, had a nice lunch, walked around the mall. It's been a good day. Like the past few days doing all the just travel. It was nice to just have a day where I could turn my brain off, just explore, talk to you guys, and I loved it. I think it's what makes the city so nice. It is just a cool hang out, take in the sight city. Now, even within one day, when I was here last time around, I did so much. I explored those towers at night. I did that observation deck. I went to the aquarium that's right around this area. Recommend that too. I made a video in the aquarium, but I realized when I was editing, it's kind of boring, just me pointing cameras at fish and stuff. But if you're into that stuff, I do actually really recommend you go. And then I did, what else in that one day? Oh, I did the Islamic Arts Museum. That was phenomenal. Again, not really something worth making a video for, but super interesting. I love art museums, and Islamic art and history is very fascinating. And I think in that same day I did the Chinatown too. I'll link all those videos, but even though they're separate videos, what's funny, those videos and the stuff I didn't make videos of, I did in one day, walking. Took no cabs. You could take a cab everywhere pretty cheap. You could walk it if you're trying to burn some calories, rent a scooter, and it's just so much to do here. I think that makes it so cool. And then when you're having a day like this where you're not really have any direction in particular, it's still so fun. So I don't know, maybe today's video title something, just a day in my favorite city or something, because I think this might be tied for my favorite city in Asia with like Chiang Mai, Thailand. Two different, they're apples and oranges. Chiang Mai is very chill, not skyscrapers and stuff. It's still a big city. And then, but yeah, I think of all the cities I'd want to hang out in the most, here in Chiang Mai for sure. This is easily hands down my favorite big city I've ever been to. Also, side note, trees in Malaysia are so cool. Like, I don't even know, is this all one tree? And these vines are separate trees, the plants growing on it? I mean, some of them definitely look like one. Like, look, it's all like connected but then separate. So interesting. The nature here is very fascinating. Now, what's cool too is within the city, like when I did that observation tower that one day, you walk up kind of like this like hill to get to it. Within this, it's still very in the city, but the hill itself is a little bit, maybe a 10-minute walk, but still kind of secluded nature. And there's like monkeys running around everywhere. So there's still like a lot of nature integrated with the city. Ooh, look at that view. Yeah. So yeah, here is where the light show would happen at night. The light show is really cool. These like fountains go up with water and cool rainbow colors. It's like simple. It's not the most fancy thing in the world, but it's nice. Like, it's just a cool spot for people to hang out. This area ends up being a little more crowded, but not too crowded that you can't take good selfies and stuff. But yeah, look. So those look like new buildings being built or renovated. What a cool city. Like day and night, it's so cool. So this right here is all a mall that connects to the buildings. And then on the other side of this, like if you walk straight through, there's like a whole another walkway area that's outdoor, cool stuff. But yeah, this is so cool. I love Malaysia so much. I love this city so much. I can't rave about it enough. If you're watching this and not sure where you want to go on your next vacation and you want to go somewhere kind of far, come to Malaysia, please. Trust me. My Malaysia video series that we're going to do here, my goal is to sell you as much as possible on why you need to come here. I think this place is so underrated, and thankfully my YouTube channel isn't big enough to cause millions of people to come here. So yeah, this is a day, it's an afternoon in Malaysia. Let me see what time it is. 3:20, and I left my room I think around 11:30. Just been wandering. I still actually plan on wandering quite a bit more today, burn a few more calories and explore a little more. Won't film anything after this. This is kind of the outro of the video. But yeah guys, this is so cool. You got to come here. That's where all the fountain stuff is at night. It's pretty sick. These towers are so cool too. Again, just another example of the amazing architecture here. I want to say this has some sort of record for like tallest connected buildings or something. Where's that, Singapore? I forget. I'll look it up and say if I'm right or wrong on the screen. But yeah, so cool. I mean, I love Kuala Lumpur so much. And you know, this next few weeks in Malaysia, we're going to see some new cities as well. That's going to be really fun. Cities that I've never been to. I might go back to Penang, might go back to Malacca. We'll see. Hey, and those are really fun. So we'll see. What's nice is the bus rides to get anywhere here are very inexpensive and they're not complicated. You know, it's easy to just hop on a bus and go from city to city. So we'll see. We'll see what I feel like doing. So anyway, you know me. I still don't really know how to close out a video. If you had fun watching, if you made it this far, thanks for hanging out with me. Love having you guys here. If you're new to the channel, leave a subscribe, leave a like, join in on the fun. We have some cool adventures coming up. So we had a couple more months left in this journey. Definitely trying to make this channel grow. Any growth that happens, any more money I make off of YouTube, I plan on investing right back into the channel to make it more awesome for you guys to enjoy and more cool places. There's links below in the description for different affiliate stuff that you might be interested in. Little merch stores that I have. I do my own original art. You know, that type of stuff. Patreon. Only if you feel like it. There's never any pressure to spend money on me. I appreciate you coming here and hanging out. And leaving a like's free though. But no, there's no pressure or anything like that. But the options are there if you want to support. I'm not that type of person who makes it be pushy, but the stuff's there. I just appreciate you guys hanging out. So anyway, that about sums it up. I think it's time to go ahead and end this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.